and marketing are solid skills all in business should learn. But does that mean they would eventually transition into being a sales and marketing person, placing their skill behind bars because they want to really understand how it works? No. But that's what happens to a lot of us when we try to learn sales and marketing just to sell our skill or our product. Hello, my name is Tabitha Abidua, and in this video I'll be discussing about a mistake I made when I just started trying to build my personal brand online as a graphic designer, because there was no one there to tell me not to do that. And I'll also be talking about what I'll do differently as when I started with the knowledge I have now. I'll make this quick introduction about the channel. It was made to help designers see themselves as more than just that design babe or bro that delivers good design projects. To see themselves as creators, as builders, as problem solvers, as designpreneurs. For more about the channel, please check out the channel description. So let's get to the video. Or is it? Let's get to the video. Here's the video. I started trying to build my personal brand online in 2021. I used to be a teacher, right? So after the lockdown, 2020 lockdown was over and we resumed activities, I decided to just do something that would bring me closer to my goal as a graphic designer. Yeah, I have always wanted to become a graphic designer back when I was in secondary school, to use that as a side hustle. It was a side hustle I wanted to learn design for, right? Yeah, because back then I was interested in going to the university, so I saw design as something I could learn and do to support myself while in school. And so in 2021, the moment I started working, I joined a saving community. Not a saving community, like they call it a job, where people contribute money. And I made sure of two things. The first thing, I know all of those people and I trust them. The second, that I would be getting the money late during that year. So I started working around February and I was going to collect around September. So that was like a lot of months, right? And that was how I saved and got my first laptop, the HP Elite 8440p. I think that's the name of the laptop. That laptop stressed my life. So during the year, while I was working and saving, I was also learning design. I was buying courses and taking tutorials, practicing when I come back from work. And that was how, when I was feeling like I'm getting this thing, I started dropping my designs on Instagram and of course my WhatsApp status as well. I didn't know anything about algorithm, or I didn't even know there were terms or terminologies. I was just about doing something. So fast forward to 2023, after doing lots of stuffs in the past month, some of which includes understanding the online space and how it works, I decided to go all in into building my personal brand seriously. And there's this thing that whatever business or whatever skill you have, whatever business you are doing, your number one goal should be selling. Selling is the most important thing. Sales and marketing. And I didn't understand fully what niche was about. So I was kind of confused as to the kind of content to create and put out there as a designer, aside my design. The top designers back then, those ones that we used to join their webinars and all of those things, they used to be like, see, my niche or say target audience are designers. I am for designers. That is why you see me create content that addresses designers' needs. That is why you see me create courses on design tutorials. So those times, these designers that are already far gone in the industry, they used to emphasize on these things because we're seeing a lot of persons that needed to learn the principles of design, create courses to teach others how to design. Like, how can a blind man lead a blind man? So I started putting out content that would help entrepreneurs or business owners to sell more and just contents like that. Sales and marketing, teaching entrepreneurs. As if I knew what, or as if I knew what to say. So I was making videos and carousels on Instagram. I was also posting on LinkedIn. I was posting on TikTok as well, and one other platform. I think I was on one other platform too. It was a lot, and I was not sure at the same time if this was it. I was not even feeling it like this is it, right? But I was just about doing something at least and learning from there instead of not doing anything at all. And I was doing this because I felt okay, if they get to see that these are helpful tips that entrepreneurs and business owners, then they could come to patronize me to, for me to make designs for them and stuff. But I mean, that might work for some people, but for me, it wasn't working. I wasn't feeling it. I was not comfortable. I was just pushing myself to create those things, right? Because it was kind of positioning me more as a salesperson, a business person, or an expert for entrepreneurs. If I was really like, if I was sounding like that, more than the designer that I was. Top designers, they fail to let us know the different niche that we can carve out for ourselves as designers. Because it was just as if, as a designer, your job is just to design and that's it. But over the months, I've come to realize that designers are a lot more than that. They are not just designers, they are creatives, they are creators, they are problem solvers, they are visual communicationists. And most of all, what I've come to realize is that there's actually the business part of design, of being a designer. And the interesting thing is, knowing and understanding this business part of design is what will help you to get your niche. Okay, how do I mean? Let me explain. Now, this video, for instance, it's for designers, right? Because my niche revolves around helping designers. But am I creating courses or creating tutorials to teach designers? No. I'm helping designers see themselves for who they are. Creatives in business, not just a person that delivers a gig and zoom off. So you see, understanding all of this. In the past, when I did not know that there was a side to this aspect of being a designer, there was no way I would have said, okay, let me be that person that tells designers, that let designers know about this part, right? So understanding all of this helps to create your niche. What do you want to focus on? What do you want to put out there? Who do you want to speak to? Like Salem, for instance, now is the creator's creator, right? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So now that I know and I understand that there's the business part of design, the business part is not just you treating yourself being a designer as, you know, a business. Like you have a business where you are sending invoice, you have a separate account for your design gigs, you know, your pay. Not just about that, or registering your business. That's not even exactly the business part that we are talking about. Of course, that is part of it, right? But the business part that I am referring to is more about the value that you bring to the table as a designer, what you do for brands, right? So you talk about being strategic, you talk about being creative, you know, that aspect, how your design would influence a brand. So you have to understand the brand and, you know, deliver well. That is the kind of business part I am referring to. So knowing this doesn't make me just focus on creating a logo and that's it, or just creating this design and that's it. Because with that kind of mindset, I can just easily go and take inspiration or find inspiration, look at other designers, past designs, and, you know, try to come up with a new one. But with this different idea or mindset, I would do more than just find inspiration from other designers. I'll dig into understanding whatever brand it is that I want to design for, their values, their mission, look at their competitors, think of the right way to position this brand. It will help me in telling the brand stories using design. These designs will give them an edge in their industry. We help to position them well. I mean, everyone, you and I included, naturally trusts a brand with high-end brand identities. Their flyer top notch than one that doesn't look the part, you know. I'm thinking I should probably create a video on the business aspects of design, and I think that would be helpful. So what do you think? Please let me know what you think in the comments. Would you like to see a video on the business aspect of design? So that's it. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching and congratulations for watching down to this part. If you got to this part, let me see your congratulations in the comment section. So take care and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, do more than just design.